Hey folks, welcome to my channel. My name is Patdees and my channel is The Traveling Picker. Uh, I'm in the garage. I haven't left it yet. Actually, I can you believe where I'm filming this, and I'm gonna release this the same day that I film it. It's Friday in April. We're in the third week of April, and it is still cold. You might hear the garage creaking a little bit because I have the garage door open, and the wind is kicking up. A couple days ago, we actually had snow and stuff. I was hoping to just record it in my T-shirt and stuff like that, and kind of wanted to, instead of doing something from the office, wanted to do it right from the garage. So I do appreciate everyone that's here to watch or listen to the video, whether you're watching from your cell phone, your TV, your computer. I do greatly appreciate the support. So, all right, let's get into it. But let's play the trailer first. We got to play the trailer. I cut it down from 48 seconds to 12 seconds, so I'm listening, and I did agree it was a little long. I did film that, and flying in or out of South Carolina, in between traveling back and forth from Pennsylvania to Florida. So I'll talk about where I screwed up, and basically my summer plans, and really a little bit of life as a reseller. And hold on a second. I left the door open to the house. Now's a good time. Watch the trailer. Okay. Did you watch it? Or did you fast forward through those 12 seconds? I got to make sure I had my keys. I did that like once or twice where I locked myself out of the house and no one else to get in. So that's not fun, especially on a cold day. So, hey, again, okay, guys, I do appreciate you guys being here again. It's for the second time. I've been thinking about making this video, and kind of based on the last video that I made, and really hearing kind of feedback from people, friends and stuff like that. But and I'll get into that. But I'm not. What is your summer plans? Comment below. Actually, I'm thinking about. I got the car loaded, my SUV, and I've been trying to work on cleaning out the garage. You can see behind me, there's still a pile of stuff. In the spot that I'm in right now, my wife could still pull in the garage, but on the other side, I've been working on clearing that out. And honestly, the weather has been a deterrent on wanting to get it cleaned out, because you sort of need a spot to go with it. You need to kind of weed out garbage. You need to either burn or throw it in the trash, and just the weather hasn't cooperated. We had 5 inches, 6 inches of snow, and even today it's cold and windy. So it's much harder to get things done in cold weather, and it was so packed over there that stuff was just kind of thrown anyway, not by my choice, and it's becoming like, oh, I remember this. Oh, and I'm actually finding stuff that's good stuff to sell on eBay, and have actually listed a bunch of stuff this past week selling on eBay. So my plan for me, my summer plans, there's a lot to do. I mean, even outside of reselling, we've had some incidents where some trees have fallen down on the property, and they've fallen where basically they've hit the deck, that interfere with cutting grass, and some big trees and stuff like that. And so a lot of maintenance outside, getting the yard done, and getting and then trying to balance life out, just trying to balance doing reselling and stuff like that. So, I'm going to plan on doing garage sales and yard sales, the flea market, and even selling at the flea market. A couple times just to kind of move some stuff that honestly has low dollar value. Stuff that's under $5 that is not worth shipping, but yet maybe at a local flea market, if you can sell it off and be there for 4 or 5 hours and make $100, and instead of throwing it in the landfill, and somebody sees some value in it, and that's the plan for that. I do plan on traveling some, not as much in the past, honestly, just because the gas prices it's just ridiculous. Because now basically the gas is pretty much double what it was a year and a half ago. Here in Pennsylvania, we're paying on average about $4.50. I've seen it for $4.20, $4.59 in that. So I guess the average is more closer to $4.30, but I know a couple times I've paid $4.50. So gas is really, and the cost of food and to heat our house and in that cold weather is. I got the natural sunlight shining in here with the garage door open, but it's kind of cold. Maybe that'll help because that'll keep the video short. So I have to take advantage, and just like anybody, you have to take advantage of the summer and get things in order as far as, because again, wintertime is tough in my area. There's no garage sales, yard sales, or those estate sales, nothing like that in the winter. So what I want to do is when opportunities come up, I want to have that other side of the garage open up so that I can process things over there, and stuff that's not going to get ruined with cold weather or like freeze up, or that I can put on shelving over there. And if I buy a storage unit and bring stuff in and take pictures on the table and throw it up on the shelf, it's ready, good to go. Also be able to pull the lawnmower in over there even in the winter. We've been leaving our new lawnmower that I bought 2 years ago, that was one of the videos that I put on my channel. We left it out, and now the battery's dead out there. So that's not good. So in the weather, how the weather is, it's going to rust it out and do things to it, and you spend all that money. I mean, that was like $2,200 for that. It's been good. I mean, we're a little rough on it and not doing the maintenance that we should, but trying to do still doing YouTube, not giving up on that, even though is that the wind? No, I hear like a fire engine or an ambulance, and I live in the country here, so. Yeah, no, I thought I did hear it, but maybe, who knows. This wind is wicked here, but I'm gonna have to change where I'm taping just to finish this up. So let me go do that, because it's interfering with the sound, and honestly, it is cold. So let's pause here for a second and set up in a different location. Okay, well, I'm back. I had to come back in the house. Actually, I'm down here in my office, and meanwhile, in between, I packed a couple orders and actually did very well. And so, I talked a little bit about the summer plans, garage sales, yard sales, estate sales, and doing all that type of stuff, but just basically keeping myself busy for the summer, and plan to drop a lot of videos as far as me getting out there and sourcing stuff, and hope you guys will kind of come along and watch. And and I kind of want to address something real quick, not get into in depth, but I screwed up on my last video. A friend, and I'm not going to mention no names, and the reason I'm bringing this up, because recently, probably in the past month, I've had 3 friends. When I say friends, people that basically, if I communicate with them on the phone, I consider them a friend.
It's not just like a casual message through YouTube or Facebook or Instagram. So at the end of the day, if they have my number, I have their number. I consider them a friend. So somebody tells me, "Hey Pat, you might want to take down that last video." I'm like, "Why?" And oh, because you're not saying what right? And and they're talking about my Hermes video, and that's the way I said it. And I guess I'm gonna have to. I wish I had a whiteboard here, but I'll have to, like Patdees, Hermes, one less e. And I just I honestly didn't know how to say it. And the person who's very sweet to me, and we laughed about it, and I said, yeah, I know, I already got comments that her is it hermes, hermes, not really looking at look. And at the end of the day, and that was the point of the video, I'm learning. And well, do you want someone to make fun? Well, at the end of the day, if I'm a knucklehead or a moron because I can't say the word right, it's okay. That's learning. I know now it's hermes, so it's hermes, and I'm laughing because my hermes, and I'm gonna show. I'll show it right here, up here. I just sold the last 4 plates and did pretty well with it. Yeah, so it did, and I'm sharing that. I actually did pretty good. I actually in between the garage and filming this, I had 6 orders for $180, and that didn't include the shipping. So the shipping was probably, with everything, the shipping was probably $240. But I turned $16 in this one that I featured up here into, and I'm getting it right now that I realize it's the opposite, and 16 into 180. So that was good. I wish I could do that every day. But I know you guys are probably like, wow, what is Pat sitting in a red room? It's actually, the lighting's a little poor right now. It's actually orange walls, and I like it a little bright. I want it something to kind of stand out and stuff like that. So, but I did want to address that. Look, I screwed up. I said Hermes, and I jokingly said to the person, well, it's better than saying herpes. So it's Hermes. I know. So thanks for the people that did comment on the video and pointed out my pronunciation. My grammar was never good. My pronunciation. Now I can't even say that. I didn't say it right. There you go. So I was corrected, and at the end of the day, I gotta laugh at myself sometimes, and sometimes you always get those words that you just can't pronounce right. Say I can say pronounce, but one thing too I want to address real quickly is, if you have a wrench on my channel, and I've been actually cutting back on the wrenches if I'm not seeing people in the lives, because I've been noticing comments disappearing. Either the person someone had left a nice paragraph about not a year ago, a month ago, and I reached out to that person. I said, "Oh," they go, "Oh, I didn't delete it," and the comment was gone. I have my comments, a lot of them held for review if there's language, but it was such a nice comment, and I quick glanced at it on the phone, and instead of responding to it on the phone, I went to respond on my desktop, and I went to go back like the next day and respond, and it was gone. And the person claims that they didn't delete it, so another mod had to delete it, which is kind of disturbing because I don't want people deleting comments. Me as the channel owner and the person who does this channel, I want to respond or have the right. There's not comments that can get through really to hurt my feelings as far as calling me names and stuff like that. And trust me, that happens because some people have nothing better to do with their time. So I basically have deleted mods that if they don't come by the channel, I'm like, well, why keep them? And what I've been doing is some when they kind of come in that room that night, if when I do go live, and I don't go live much anymore, that I'm doing my once a month special interviews, and I do the eBay reseller spotlight. But I got big plans for May, and I kind of have taken a break on doing lives just because honestly they say it's not good for the channel and stuff like that, and I want the channel to grow. And that's another thing with being said. I had somebody say to me, "Hey Pat, I don't hear from you unless you're happy." And I'm like, "What?" And the person said to me, "Oh, you never reach out to me when you're down." And my response was, "Well, why would I reach out to you when I'm down?" I said, "Everybody has their own issues and going through struggles in life, and why would I burden anybody else with mine?" And trust me, I have mine. I beat myself up all the time wanting to be a good reseller and a good YouTuber, and wears on my mind a lot that reselling is very lonely. A lot of times you have short-term friendships, and I mean, it's known. I hear this all the time too, and I kind of don't get it. This is my personal opinion. This is not picking on anybody. This is not calling anybody out. This is never what I want to be about. Even somebody said to me just recently, another friend, "Oh, nobody wants to kind of tune in and hear any negative." I'm like, "Oh, I don't feel I talk about anything negative. Have I said something like, oh, I had to close my restaurant, or I went through cancer?" Yeah, but I don't talk about anything like. And they kind of said, "Well, I know that you had issues, struggled as a kid," and I'm like, "Well, I never talk about that on YouTube." I said, "We've talked about that privately sometimes." I said, "So maybe you're kind of confusing both of them, but." I think it's natural sometimes, though, when you're doing YouTube, and it's easy for outside people to give constructive criticism who don't do YouTube, that as we keep doing this more, and we are who we are, and we are going to open up sometimes and kind of share stuff. Now, I don't feel like I overshare, because I am a loner in a lot of ways and private person. I remember I laugh, and somebody said to me, you're a little uptight," and this was about 3 years ago, and we were hanging out in person and talking and stuff. I said, "Oh no, I'm not that uptight. I don't hang out on weekends and stuff and at the bar and do recreational type stuff. No, that is not me. I don't talk politics on YouTube. I don't talk about anything that's really going on in the and I think there was 2 times that I basically felt like I was getting picked on or getting thrown underneath the bus, and lost my temper a little bit and threw in a couple curse words, and sad to say, those videos, those drama videos, as they say, and you can't find them because they're not on YouTube no more. I left them on short term, and I didn't want that moment to be really the spotlight of the channel. And I don't know. I just don't. Sometimes you got to stand up for yourself. You got to defend yourself. Things happen. I know we put ourselves out there being YouTubers, and you're going to get, negative or people just being complete asses, saying things that are unkind and stuff like that. And again, and I've said this before, I've never trolled anybody. I've never said it. I've never commented on somebody's video negatively. I've never given thumbs down. I don't see the need to. I think it's a waste of time, and if I don't like somebody, I just don't watch them. And sometimes, and this is where I was going, disappointed that when I hear other resellers, look, everybody's busy, I get it, but when you're a cheerleader, meaning myself at times, and I see it and I see a lot of people, even viewers that are non-YouTubers, you're cheering for other channels, or you're out there supporting them financially, buying through their auctions, super chatting them and doing things and commenting on their videos, and you can't even get them to leave one comment, or it's discouraging. It's very like, wow, do for them, but don't reciprocate and kind of give it back. There has been a couple people that have, but it's very few and far in between. And I'm not giving up on YouTube. I think sometimes it's too much focus, I guess. You want to, people say, hey, hey, throw the camera up, do it, and then you kind of get. And I know this, and is going back to what the person's probably said. Oh, you put I'm not trying to put a negative video out. Just talking about, what I'm thinking, and I want to, honestly, I'm disappointed. I want to be a bit better reseller. I want to, but it's not as easy as it always sounds. Everybody makes it sound like, oh, you just go out and maybe this year's a little different because of the economy and things going on, and I'm selling less on Amazon. I'm selling more stuff on Facebook. I'm selling more on eBay. Trying to do stuff on my website. That's tough. That's even its own tough issue as far as that. We've given away t-shirts, but I'm going to make mistakes. I'm going to say hermes instead of hermes. Once in a while, I may share a little personal side. Maybe me and my kid. I don't post no more vacation videos, or, if we go to the park, because that was the feedback that I heard. Oh, so I don't know. Honestly, every day I struggle. And I'm doing this all off the cuff without trying to get emotional about it. Wanting to be accepted, and realizing that I've never, in my whole life, I've never been part of a clique. I'm not a cliquey person. I'm not a person that generally takes sides. I know the difference between right and wrong, and most people should. Somebody does something wrong, I can like two people, and if there's a disagreement in an argument over something silly, okay, that one's wrong, that one's right, or sometimes they're both wrong, and sometimes they're both right in some ways. So I hope what is the purpose of this video? Just basically admitting that we all have faults. I'm not perfect. I try to. I hope that people watch the channel will enjoy what I do, and just like to see. I don't know. I like to see more people supporting one another, and it's just tough. So, but with that, I thank you for the people that did take the time to listen this long. And I hope you guys have a great weekend, and thank you.